Did you know that we might spend nearly half our waking hours on autopilot? That's almost half of your life, just gone, potentially lived without really being aware, without truly soaking up the richness of each moment. What if you could reclaim that time? Imagine feeling more present, more alive, and more connected to what truly matters to you. Not by turning your whole life upside down, but by making a few simple, intentional shifts starting today. Ever feel like you're just going through the motions? Maybe stuck in a loop of habits and routines without really thinking or feeling what you're doing? You're definitely not alone. So many of us drift sometimes, feeling a bit disconnected or like we're searching for something more. More presence, more meaning, a more conscious connection with our own lives. But this whole idea of awakening consciousness can sound pretty huge, right? Like it requires some massive, life-changing event or years of intense spiritual practice. But what if I told you that's not the only way? What if unlocking a new level of awareness, a deeper connection to yourself and the world, could begin with small, doable steps you can weave into your daily life, starting right now? This isn't about a crazy overnight transformation. It's about gentle, consistent shifts in your habits and mindset that add up, leading to some really profound changes in how you experience your reality. Today, we're going to explore these simple, practical steps that can help you awaken your consciousness and live with more presence and purpose, without piling more stress onto your already busy life. So, before we jump into the how, let's get clear on what we're actually talking about here. Awakening consciousness doesn't necessarily mean reaching some mystical guru-like state, though hey, if that's your path, awesome. For most of us, it's simply about becoming more aware, really aware, of what's happening inside us and around us. It's about noticing our thoughts without automatically buying into them, understanding our emotions without letting them completely take over, and spotting our ingrained patterns of behavior so we can make choices that feel more us. It means fostering a sense of presence where you're fully engaged with the here and now instead of being lost in thoughts about the past or worries about the future. It's about shifting from a life lived on autopilot to a life lived with intention and clarity. This journey involves kindly questioning old beliefs that might be holding you back, embracing yourself, flaws and all, and actively choosing actions that help you grow and feel good. Basically, it's about waking up to your life, moment by moment. The very first step, and honestly it's a big one, is to simply set the intention to become more conscious. Sounds almost too simple, right? But an intention is like planting a seed. It's a clear message to yourself, to your subconscious mind, that you're ready and willing to head down this path of greater awareness. Think about it. How many of our days are just driven by old routines and whatever life throws at us? By consciously setting an intention, you're actively choosing a different direction for your inner world. You can do this each morning. Before you even roll out of bed or while you're sipping your first coffee, take a quiet moment to affirm something like, "Today, I choose to be more aware," or "I'm open to seeing things with fresh eyes," or simply, "I intend to be present." Jotting down your intention can make it even more powerful. Keep a little notebook by your bed or stick a note on your mirror. This physical act helps it sink in and acts as a gentle nudge throughout your day. It's a small anchor bringing you back to what you've decided. This isn't about adding pressure. It's about creating a gentle, guiding focus. You're telling yourself you're ready for change, ready for growth, and ready to experience your life more fully. This simple act of setting an intention doesn't cost a thing, takes just a moment, but its impact can be huge, steering you towards a more awakened state. You hear mindfulness and meditation talked about together a lot, and for good reason. They're incredibly powerful tools for building awareness. Mindfulness, at its heart, is just paying attention to the present moment without judging it. You can practice mindfulness anytime, anywhere. It could be noticing the feeling of warm water on your hands as you wash dishes, really tasting each bite of your food, or feeling your feet on the ground as you walk. These are small moments of consciously checking in with what's happening right now. Meditation is more of a formal practice that helps strengthen that mindfulness muscle. Even just 10 minutes a day can make a real difference. It helps you become an observer of your thoughts and feelings rather than being totally swept away by them. This creates a vital bit of space between something happening and your reaction to it, letting you choose consciously how you respond instead of falling into old automatic patterns. There are tons of types of meditation. You could start with simple breath awareness, just focusing on your inhales and exhales. Guided meditations, which you can find on apps or online, can also be super helpful, especially when you're starting out. Some focus on gratitude, self-inquiry, like asking, "Who am I, really?" during your practice, or loving kindness, all of which can deepen your self-reflection and conscious awareness. Remember, the goal of meditation isn't to stop thinking. That's pretty much impossible. The goal is to become aware of your thinking, to notice when your mind has wandered, and gently bring your attention back to your chosen focus, like your breath. That act of noticing and returning is the practice. It's a daily workout in presence. Gratitude is way more than just saying thank you. It's about actively shifting your perspective to notice and appreciate the good in your life, no matter how small it might seem. Research actually backs this up, showing that practicing gratitude can seriously boost your well-being, increase happiness, and even reduce feelings of depression. One of the simplest ways to get into gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, maybe before bed, jot down 3 to 5 things you're thankful for. They don't have to be huge things. It could be a sunny day, a good chat with a friend, the taste of your morning coffee, or a comfy bed. The real magic is in doing it consistently. This practice trains your brain to look for the positives, which helps counteract our natural tendency to focus on the negative. Beyond journaling, try to really savor the good moments. When you experience something pleasant, pause and take it all in. Notice the details, the sensations, the emotions it brings up. If you're enjoying a meal, pay attention to the flavors and textures. If you see a beautiful sunset, let yourself get lost in its colors. Use your senses. Appreciate a vibrant color you see, a pleasant smell, a soothing sound. These everyday moments are packed with opportunities for gratitude. By consciously focusing on what you appreciate, you not only feel better, but also expand your awareness of the good stuff that's already in your life. This shift in focus is a powerful step in waking up your consciousness to the beauty and goodness all around you. Awakening consciousness also means turning that awareness inward, but with kindness and acceptance towards yourself. So many of us have an inner critic that's constantly judging our thoughts, feelings, and actions. Embracing self-acceptance means learning to observe this self-talk without getting tangled up in its negativity and gently reframing those critical thoughts with some compassion. Start by just noticing your internal dialogue. When do you judge yourself harshly? What are the usual themes of your self-criticism? Just spotting these patterns is the first step. Then, begin to challenge them. Ask yourself if these criticisms are really accurate or helpful. Would you ever talk to a dear friend the way you sometimes talk to yourself? Probably not. Accept your imperfections. Understand that making mistakes is just part of being human. Instead of seeing them as failures or reasons to beat yourself up, try to see them as valuable chances to learn and grow. This doesn't mean you stop trying to be better, but it means you do it from a place of self-kindness rather than self-blame. Set realistic, achievable goals for yourself. And super importantly, celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. Self-acceptance isn't about being complacent. It's about creating a supportive inner space where real growth can happen. It's about acknowledging all parts of yourself, the good, the bad, the messy, and understanding that you're worthy of love and acceptance exactly as you are right now. This compassionate self-awareness is vital for a genuinely awakened life. A big part of awakening your consciousness involves taking a brave look at the beliefs and patterns that are unconsciously running the show in your life. We all have this mental framework built from our upbringing, experiences, and what society has taught us. Some of these beliefs serve us well, but others can be limiting, outdated, or just plain untrue, keeping us stuck in the same old cycles. Take some time for self-reflection. Journaling can be a fantastic tool here. Ask yourself questions like, what are some core beliefs I have about myself, about others, about the world? Where did these beliefs come from? Is this belief still helping me, or is it holding me back? For example, You might believe you're not good enough for a certain career, or that relationships are always hard. By bringing these underlying assumptions into your conscious awareness, you can start to really look at whether they're true for you anymore. Be open to new perspectives. Real growth often means being willing to let go of old stories about who you are and what you're capable of. This can feel a bit uncomfortable, as our beliefs often feel like a core part of who we are. But by gently questioning them, you create space for new, more empowering stories to take their place. Notice your usual reactions to situations. Do you always get angry when criticized? Do you always put off important tasks? These are patterns. Once you recognize a pattern, you gain the power to interrupt it and choose a different response. This process of questioning and uncovering is like shining a light into the hidden corners of your mind, allowing you to operate from a place of conscious choice rather than just running on autopilot. Awakening consciousness isn't just an inside job. It naturally flows outward, changing how we relate to others and the world. As our own self-awareness and self-acceptance grow, so does our ability to feel empathy, connection, and compassion for others. Make a conscious effort to extend kindness and gratitude, not only to your loved ones, but also to strangers and even to people you find challenging. This could be as simple as a genuine smile, really listening to someone, or offering help without expecting anything back. Small acts of kindness have a ripple effect. When you act with compassion, you're recognizing our shared humanity. The fact that everyone is dealing with their own stuff and looking for happiness, just like you are. Look for supportive communities or awakening buddies, people who share your interest in living more consciously. Having meaningful conversations with like-minded folks can give you encouragement, new perspectives, and a sense of belonging on your journey. Sharing your experiences and listening to others can deepen your understanding and commitment. This shared exploration creates a positive feedback loop, reinforcing your own efforts to live more consciously. Fostering connection and compassion helps you to see beyond just yourself and recognize how interconnected we all are, which is a real hallmark of an awakened perspective. It's about realizing that your well-being is tied up with the well-being of others. The real goal of all these steps isn't to add more things to your to-do list, but to weave awareness into the very fabric of your daily life. Awakening consciousness isn't something you only do during your 10-minute meditation. It's a way of being all day long. Bring mindfulness to everyday activities. When you're washing the dishes, feel the water, see the soap bubbles, hear the clinking of plates. When you're walking, notice the movement of your body, the sights and sounds around you. When you're listening to someone speak, give them your full attention without planning your reply or letting your mind drift off. Each moment, no matter how ordinary it seems, is a chance to practice being present. Use little reminders to help you. Maybe set a recurring alarm on your phone that just says, "Pause and breathe," or wear a particular bracelet or ring that, whenever you notice it, reminds you to check in with how you're feeling in your mind and body. These small cues can help you snap out of autopilot mode and return to the present moment throughout the day. The more you practice these micro moments of awareness, the more natural it becomes. It's about shifting from doing mindfulness to being mindful. This integration is where the real transformation happens, as consciousness stops being just a practice and starts to become your way of life, making every experience richer with clarity and presence. Along with these practical steps, a few key mindset shifts can really support your journey of awakening. First, go at your own pace. Seriously. Awakening is a lifelong journey, not a race. There will be days when you feel super aware and connected, and other days when you feel like you're right back on autopilot. That's completely normal. Be gentle and patient with yourself as you learn and grow. Progress is rarely a straight line. Second, embrace emotional intensity. As you become more conscious, you might find yourself feeling things more deeply, both the good stuff like joy and gratitude, and the tougher stuff like sadness and discomfort. Don't shy away from these emotions. They're part of being human and part of the awakening process. Allowing yourself to feel fully can actually guide you toward greater clarity, understanding, and purpose. And third, practice surrender and acceptance. This means letting go of the need to control every single outcome and every tiny detail of your life. Sometimes the greatest growth and peace come when you surrender to the flow of life, accepting what is, rather than constantly fighting it. This isn't about being passive. It's about recognizing what you can and cannot control and finding wisdom in that. These mindset shifts create good soil for those seeds of awareness to really take root and blossom. You might be wondering if these small, seemingly simple steps can really lead to something as profound as awakening consciousness. And the answer is a big, resounding yes. Awakening your consciousness through these daily shifts leads to more clarity in your thoughts and decisions. It builds resilience, helping you navigate life's challenges with more wisdom and less reactivity. It fosters deeper, more meaningful connections with others because you're more present and empathetic. Ultimately, it helps you line up your actions with your deepest values and your unique purpose, leading to a more fulfilling and authentic life. You start to live from your awareness rather than feeling like a victim of your unconscious patterns. Each small step, when you practice it consistently, builds on the last, creating a powerful momentum that can fundamentally change how you experience yourself and the world. It's not about some distant, unattainable goal. It's about enriching your present reality, one conscious moment at a time. So, to quickly recap, waking up your consciousness doesn't mean you have to totally overhaul your life. It begins with simple, doable steps you can start today. Setting a clear intention to be more aware. Practicing mindfulness and just a few minutes of meditation daily. Cultivating gratitude by noticing and appreciating the good. Embracing self-acceptance with kindness and compassion. Bravely questioning your limiting beliefs and patterns. Fostering deeper connection and compassion for others. And most importantly, weaving this awareness into the small moments of your everyday life. Remember, the journey to conscious living is deeply personal and unique for everyone. There is no right or wrong way, only your way. Be patient with yourself, stay curious about your inner world, and celebrate every small step forward. You don't need to wait for some major life event to begin. The power to awaken your consciousness, to live with more presence, purpose, and joy is already within you, accessible through these simple shifts, starting today. Thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I really encourage you, don't try to tackle all of these at once if it feels like too much. Pick just one step that really speaks to you right now. Maybe it's starting a simple gratitude list for 1 week, or dedicating 5 minutes each morning to mindful breathing. Commit to that one small shift and just see how it begins to affect your awareness in your day. I'd love to hear from you. Which one step will you try this week? Share your choice and any experiences you have in the comments below. Your journey can inspire others. And if you found this video helpful and want more insights on living a more conscious and fulfilling life, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. You're watching Deep Synapse, where science meets the soul.